Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A live look at the Southfield Freeway at Outer Drive. Yesterday was filled with flood water. Now the northbound side is almost clear. You can see there's still some left on the southbound side, but progress is being made. Hank?
A lot of water damage. Many of you wondering what's covered, what's not. I'm talking with insurance experts to give you important information.
Okay, Hank, and a local mom who's just lost about everything to flooding this week, and now she's getting offers of help from neighbors she never knew she had.
Glad you're with us tonight for Local 4 News at 6. Metro Detroiters are reaching out and showing a lot of generosity to the many flooding victims, including that Dearborn Heights mom who had to deal with a fire on top of it all.
Unbelievable, and lots to get to at 6 here as the floodwaters slowly recede. Ben's got the latest on incoming rain that nobody wants to see. We'll get to him in just a moment, but first let's get a check on things in Dearborn Heights with Sean Lay. Sean, good evening.
Good evening to you, Kimberly. Raining again here in Dearborn Heights, Ecorse Creek right over there. The cleanup here, as you can see, just now unfolding. We heard from so many of you after our story at 6 yesterday about the young mom you see sitting there on the porch named Tori, going through just an awful time here with the flood damage, and things, as we check in with her, are not getting any easier.
This is awful.
When we met Tori Stennett, she was waist deep in floodwater.
Everything's gone.
Tori's story touching so many people's lives. We went right back to her flooded home today. You would not believe how many people want to help you. This mom's house caught on fire as it was flooding. What do you do now?
Oh.
Starting over is overwhelming.
What can you do? There's a whole crib down here, back there, that was lost. My sister was staying with us temporarily.
And this was Taylor's room.
It's devastating because this is my whole life gone in a matter of minutes.
So for now, it's one job at a time.
My daughter keeps crying she wants to come home and I can't bring her home. It's not easy to just pick back up and start all over again.
Living one moment at a time.
I missed you, Lala.
Come on, sweetie. Where's your coat?
Mama, I missed you.
Okay.
Now, as the rain continues to fall here in Dearborn Heights, Tori wondering what her next move is going to be. Here is the very latest. And again, we heard from so many of you, texts to me, Facebook messages on how you could help. We really didn't have an answer at this time yesterday. So now we do know that Tori and her family and the kids are staying with a family member. Everyone's sleeping on a floor, so they do have a place to stay. There's no electricity in that house, so they certainly can't stay there. Tori said, look, they're cleaning up, so they really weren't in a position to get a GoFundMe page together, but late today they were able to get that page together. We've linked it to our website. Click on Detroit.com. Already plenty of people headed right there. We're live in Dearborn Heights. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Yeah, folks always willing to help out. Never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah,
now Detroiters will step up. All right.
And we may need some more help here. Unfortunately, more rain is moving in. The better news is at least it's not as much rain as we originally feared. Ben.
It doesn't look like we're going to see the training where we just see multiple rounds of rain coming right after one another. 4 Live radar shows, yes, it is raining in some of those spots, including where Sean is there. Dearborn Heights, River Rouge, Allen Park, a lot of the downriver areas seeing rain right now. That very moderate shower is moving. It's not sitting over the same spot for more than just a few minutes. So it is moving off to the northeast. There's more rain, unfortunately, down to the south. The good news is it is pretty light there across parts of northern Indiana and Ohio. Nevertheless, we do anticipate that there's going to be more overnight, and that's why flood watches are posted from Oakland and Macomb County south, and this is through 10 a.m. on Friday. Here's what we're expecting. Most of us a ½ inch or less of rain. There's still a possibility that a couple thunderstorms could put down as much as an inch, but it's an outside shot. This looks like the more likely solution. We'll talk more about this and the timing and a pretty nice weekend ahead, which we all need, coming up in a few minutes, guys.
With damage totaling millions of dollars across the area, a lot of people who have insurance are hopeful that they can get some financial help needed to clean up the mess or repair a vehicle, on and on.
Right. Many people have been emailing Help Me Hank asking what's covered and what's not. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live in Taylor. And Hank, many people are worried it could take a while to get help that's needed.
Yeah, Kimberly, unfortunately, that's the reality when you have a situation like this one. If you look up and down the street here, you can see trash cans everywhere. Unfortunately, a lot of people likely having to pitch possessions from inside their home because of all the flooding. And as you mentioned, a lot of people tonight wondering just what is covered, what isn't. So we went to the insurance experts for a few answers.
The damage, devastating. People seeing all of their possessions destroyed. It's heartbreaking.
When I went down there, I'm like, oh my God, like all of our stuff is like gone.
Hopefully most are insured, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee coverage for an event like this one.
Document any type of items that may be damaged. Pictures are helpful, but one of the most important things is to remove as much water as possible.
Many insurance policies require a specific rider for problems like this when water is brought inside through a sewer line. Flood insurance covers larger weather events when the water rushes in through windows or doors.
Best thing is to always contact your insurance agent regarding coverage for any type of water or other damage to your home. And also, when you call your agent, that's a good time to go over and make sure you have the proper coverage that you need.
Car policies for events like this one are more forgiving.
The comprehensive, again, flooding goes under the comprehensive portion of your policy typically. And there's usually a deductible involved. So again, contact your agent to see if you have that coverage and see how much that deductible is.
Two really important pieces of advice, that I want people to remember. Document everything. Take photos of all the damage. Make sure that information gets directly to your insurance provider. And also, for those of you that don't have damage, this is a good time to reach out to your insurance company. Know exactly what policy you have, what is covered, what isn't, in case something like this happens in your neighborhood. We're live here tonight in Taylor. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Yeah, good advice, Hank. So what about federal help? Is there any indication or hope that federal help may come around?
And Kimberly, there is the possibility. We know that lawmakers who represent our state right now in D.C. hoping to push forward with some possible FEMA declaration, but right now that's just beginning. Again, it could take some time.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. Okay, thanks, Hank.
And we are going to have continuous coverage of these floods, including the Help Me Hank page, where you will find all of his flood guide stories and some helpful tips on how to deal with all of this wet weather. Just head to clickondetroit.com. Kelly Stafford taking to Instagram with an update on her recovery from brain surgery.
Stafford posted this picture with her mother saying it's been 2 weeks since her surgery and she's now off steroids. That surgery affected her balance, so she's doing balance workouts along with brain exercises. The rest of her days she's spending at home with her children. She says she's getting better every day and ended her post with a shout out to her mom. All right, some breaking news to tell you about right now that we first brought you at 5 o'clock. Warren police have arrested former Macomb County Clerk Karen Spranger. Spranger is facing a felony larceny charge. She's accused of stealing more than $1,600 from an elderly woman who was in her care. Police had actually been looking for Spranger for weeks, but had not been able to track her down until earlier this afternoon. If convicted, she could spend 5 years in prison.
Now a Local 4 update. The former Troy assistant principal arrested for allegedly breaking into a student's home enters a plea. Amy Buchanan pleaded no contest to a charge of home invasion. She was arrested in August of last year after being caught on camera going through a student's home. She said she was looking for pills and has since admitted an addiction to opioids. Buchanan faces 15 years in prison, possibly. Her sentencing will be next month. Brighton police are asking for your help tonight, looking for this woman. She allegedly broke into a car to steal credit and debit cards and then used those cards to buy things at several local businesses. Police say she was riding around in an older, dark-colored Pontiac Grand Prix. The woman has tattoos on all of her fingers. Brighton police are asking you to call them if you've got any information on who she might be or her whereabouts.
No matter what title I hold, what position I'm in, I will see you for who you are, the true agents of our democracy.
Well, there are now more than 20 Democratic presidential candidates, and a few are making stops here in downtown Detroit this week. They're speaking to hundreds of elected officials at the National Organization of Black County Officials annual Economic Development Conference at the Marriott Rensen. Our Rhonda Walker sat down with Senator Cory Booker following his speech at the conference to talk about his presidential campaign and why he believes he has an edge when it comes to Michigan voters in particular.
My resume is unique in this field. I was the chief executive of a major American city, the largest in my state, and turned it around. We were a city that was known for crime and corruption. Now we're going through one of America's biggest and best comebacks for a city. But that's not the only thing. I am also a United States Senator, so I know Washington and I have a reputation for getting things done across the aisle. The only major bipartisan piece of legislation that passed through this president was one that I led from the Democratic side in the Senate with Dick Durbin for criminal justice reform.
Is there any broader message you have for Just Michigan?
Well, this is a community I know. I'm here. My mom was born here. My grandfather and grandmother were able to lift themselves out of poverty. My grandfather working on the assembly lines as a UAW worker. But I also have a connection to this city and this state, and that gives me, I feel like, a lot of home turf advantage.
In terms of your candidacy, in terms of what you're campaigning on, what are those key areas?
If you're American, you should have health care, great public schools, jobs that pay a living wage. Those basic fundamental building blocks are not there for so many Americans. And so that's really what I'm focused on.
What is your take on the negativity that comes out of this process?
This is not a time where we need to fight Donald Trump on his terms. I have a campaign where I'm talking about reviving civic grace, civility, but more than that, this idea that we need each other. We've got to come together as a country if we're going to solve our problems.
And from his reaction to Attorney General William Barr refusing to speak before the House Judiciary Committee today to why he believes Michigan will be a blue state again in the next election, Senator Booker's full uncut interview with Rhonda Walker is on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com.
Up next here at 6, they've had a remarkable journey. You're going to meet the sisters who are adding a twist to spring graduation at the University of Michigan.